registered for this meeting. So our speaker today, Dan McIlroy, MAS, has been co-owner and president of ProAdSpec. Dan has 24 years of marketing and promotional experience working with business clients to improve their ROI marketing dollars. Dan's experience includes promotional marketing, recognition programs, direct mail campaigns, fundraising efforts for nonprofits, and trade show marketing. So, welcome, Dan McIlroy.
I've got a lot of experience in both directions of this. I hope to share with you some nuggets that maybe you pick up and look at and say, we could use that, we can improve on that, that's something I never thought of. So let me start with the first of my 5 points, and that is to do pre-show marketing. Can someone tell me what the difference is between an open and a closed show? Come on, don't be shy.
An open is open to the public, and closed is trade industry only.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. A closed show, you know who's coming, essentially. When it's an open show, you have no idea who might show up at your booth. And so pre-show marketing is very different depending on the type of show. Obviously, you're all preparing for what's going to be an open show to the public in a couple weeks. You need to look at how do I get information out to people that not only have I done business with and I want them to come in and see what we have is new, but I want prospects to show at my booth. I want them to come in and be interested in what I do as a business, what I can present to them. In a closed show, you know who's coming. You can be very direct with your contacts. You can do an email blast to that list. You can do a mailing to that list. You can be putting somebody on the phone to pick up the phone and do that, and you can be very specific with who you want to see at your booth. A lot of times you get a list from the show managers, and for instance, you're very specifically looking for engineers to come into your booth. Well, you can be able to scan that list and look for those titles. You know, I want the marketing person to come into my booth. I don't want the president. He's not going to help me with what I'm trying to do. I don't need the secretary here. I don't need that director there. I can be very specific with who's coming in on a closed show. An open show, you don't have that option because anybody and everybody could walk in. But pre-show marketing is just as critical to an open show because you want people to know that you are going to be there. I can't tell you how many times I've walked into a show, and this is probably more true with a smaller booth. When you walk into the 10-foot show, everybody has their 10-foot booth, and they have their backdrop, and they have their products, and they have their display. That table sits right there in front of the booth, and they stand like this behind the table. Really? How inviting is that? There's no way for me to come in and see what you do as the consumer. There's no way for me to feel comfortable that, hi, how are you? You're not interested in talking to me. You're standing behind a table. Get this out of the way. Put this over here. This should be an open, inviting, come in and see my product. Even if it's 10 foot. I mean, when I do a booth, it's 10 foot. Put product on the back, show you some case histories about what we've done with promotional marketing. But I want you to come in and I want you to pull that product off the wall. I want you to feel the quality of this whatever widget you want to look at. I want you to walk in. Okay, so let me segue into have a show goal. I don't know how many clients don't define what they're trying to accomplish. Even if it's as simple as I want 10 quality prospects out of this show. Have a goal, set it, make sure everybody in your booth knows what it is and how you're supposed to get there. Because if you don't have a goal and you're just saying, great, I'm here to be here because I want to gather names. Well, that's all you're going to do is gather names. If you're not sitting there saying, you know what, we're spending 8 hours over the course of this show in this booth, and I want a minimum 1 person per hour. I want 8 people that next week our top salespeople are going after. They're following up and going after and talking to. If you don't set that goal and have something in writing that everybody understands, that everybody says this is how we're getting to this goal, it won't get accomplished. You won't, and it's like anything else. If you don't set down your goals and you don't say this is what I want to do, you got nowhere to point at. You're not getting anywhere with it. So set yourself a goal for this show. I want to read an article, and this is from a colleague of mine, and I can't define this any better. This is a gentleman that's in the Chicago area, and he's part of my mastermind networking group of people in my industry. And just give me a moment here just to read this, take it from what you want. The difference between a cheap giveaway and an effective promotion. My friend Ken, the toy poodle breeder, called the other day asking about imprinted pens to give away at dog shows to promote his kennel. From previous conversations, I remembered something about height restrictions. Ken, isn't there a rule when a toy poodle gets to a certain height, you can't show it anymore, I asked. Sure, he said, 10 inches. Then the owner needs to get another poodle. So give your prospects a ruler imprinted with your kennel name, breeder of champion poodles, phone number, and a line that says, call me when your dog gets too tall. Oh, that's a great idea, he exclaimed. Developing great promotional ideas that are relevant to your audience isn't that hard. It simply takes a subtle shift in mindset and an understanding of what you really want to accomplish. The shift in mindset comes when you understand the difference between a giveaway and a promotion. All too often, business owners give away some cheap doodad thinking it will create goodwill and effectively promote their business. They're mindless of the fact that the item is irrelevant to their business or the prospect's need, such as a breeder giving away an imprinted pen. The recipient takes the item home, and 1, puts it in a drawer, 2, gives it to their kids, 3, throws it away, or 4, perhaps uses the item with no real intention of doing business with the advertiser. A giveaway is a one-way street. You can't measure your return on investment. You gain practically nothing meaningful, certainly nothing you can actively follow up on. And as far as building business, few will say, wow, they gave me a cheap piece of junk with their name on it. I've got to do business with them. A promotion is a two-way street. You determine what you want your target to do, and you figure out a way to get them to do it. Trade shows are a great example. As I said, most companies give something away cheap to everyone who stops or walks by. But as a business owner and marketer, you don't care about everyone, or at least you shouldn't. You should only care about those who are interested in your product or service and can afford to buy it. Being a smart promotional marketer, you should offer something of value to those who first fill out a short need assessment or questionnaire providing you with their name, contact information, and an idea of their interest level or purchasing time frame. This is how you qualify your prospects and obtain meaningful, actionable data. And because you're not giving away something to everybody, you can afford to offer a promotional product that costs a bit more and will give your prospect a reason to remember you. Cheap giveaways have their place when donating to goodie bags or as prizes for contests or token thank you gifts. However, when your goal is to promote your business, secure qualified leads, or increase traffic, an effective promotion beats a cheap giveaway every day of the week. The final point, like I said, I can't think of anybody that has followed up with me personally when I've been to a show and asked for information. Not once. And according to the industry that does trade shows, that tracks all this stuff, 70% of exhibitors do not follow up on trade show leads, not even one time. So you want to distinguish yourself at the upcoming show? Put together a plan to follow up. All right, so let's summarize what we've talked about today, the 5 key points for an effective trade show. First of all, pre-show marketing. Got to be done. People have to know you're going to be there. Booth appearance. When somebody walks up to your booth, you want them to know exactly what you do. Have a show goal. Know what you want out of the show. Set a number. Know how many prospects. Make sure you qualify your prospects. Let the people who are gathering things just gather. Talk to the people that are important. Understand what a promotion is and understand what a giveaway is. Giveaway is a one-way street. Promotion is something you're going to get people to do what you want them to do, and you're going to get something back for it. Finally, follow up with your qualified prospects. Have a plan in place to make sure that you know that you're going to follow up with those people that have expressed interest.